connecting with the body is a gateway back to start to support your health elevating. We can start with this in a really simple and gentle way. What we want to basically do is shift from having this sort of externalized interpretation of all of the experiences of the body, like the looking at our body with judgment. And often it's a very common thing when I work with people that like we're at war with our body. It's like there's a relationship, like my body has failed me. So why would I want to connect with it? And so, like, just going straight for the jugular, just like forcing that connection is often just going to reinforce the evidence as to why you didn't want to connect in the first place.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's just like you shared in your example with the fear of snakes, or yeah, everything which is really triggering the survival mechanism. It's unpleasant to feel. It's just like feeling all those sensations produced by the body to run or to fight or to freeze. This is not really a pleasant thing to become aware of. And so we need something to really get slowly back into this experience without running away longer. It's just at the weekend, last weekend, I was up in the mountains, and I'm born and raised in the mountains, but there is still something triggered when I stand on a big rock wall and just look down. I can still feel that my physiological system is telling me, okay, man, step back. And and I have two little kids, and the same. It's just like freaking out and want to run at the kids and say, stop, stop, this is dangerous. And just to become aware of those things, see this in your mind, connecting with the body, it's it's really challenging still for me just to feel how the body feels in that moment. All these tingling sensations starting from the gut, and even deeper sexual hormones really start to wiring up,
Mm.
like, okay, keep all things safe around you. And for this we really need a slow connection, like just touching the hand or touching the face to really get something in contact over your skin, which is away from these deeper sensations, just to feel, okay, this is a body, and just start there, and just become aware of this, to really slowly connect that you're not want to run in the first second again,
Mm.
because then you will come back into this, yeah, into this reality which is not really happening. It's just, in my case, it's just this thought pattern of, oh, when I'm falling down, I'm dead. When my kids fall down, they are not here anymore, and it's not happening.
Mm.
And for this we need just something really simple and soft to connect. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. It's really like once you start to become aware of this, you can notice how quickly we can get pulled out of the present moment and then essentially be living in a thought,
Yeah.
like living in our mental projections. And if they're negative, then like that builds up, like consistent negative belief patterns, thoughts, all of that sort of stuff have this contractive quality. And if you're not connected to the body, you may not even be aware that it's even happening.
Yeah.
What you've shared is actually a very conscious reflection of like you being able to be aware, see the risks that are there, see all of the sensations and the physiological phenomena that are happening, and then be able to consciously like discern like the actual experience.
Yeah.
And like one of the things is like why would you want to even connect with the body in this case? Like we're not really selling it. Like it's kind of that that like you're going to keep having sensations. Like that's the thing. Some of them are going to be bigger, some of them are going to be smaller. But the thing is and like they're circumstantial. What we're doing by connecting with the body, we're essentially acclimatizing ourselves to like build a sense of resilience of like, I can navigate hard things and still be relaxed in the face of it. So rather than then living an existence that is based on survival, I can start to then move forward into the face of challenging experiences and actually start to thrive. And then stressful situations don't start to crush me down. I can become aware of what's happening in my physiological experience, and then they can support me to thrive. That's the difference when we're connected, rather than like we have these strong physiological experiences and then we start to reaffirm body is not safe, disconnect. There are massive consequences of that, and the biggest one being your health. And so it does seem counterintuitive that connecting with the body is a gateway back to start to support your health elevating, but you're connecting with the thing that's supporting you, right? And what Marcus was talking about earlier is we can start simply, rather than, if you have been disconnected from the body for a while and you do acknowledge that, you do notice that, starting with, the perimeter, the simple things that you can perceive as safe to start, and the sensation of the hands, the connection with the feet, the perimeter of the body can be a really useful place to start to like really allow yourself to absorb into pure sensation, into the interoception of something as simple as your hand. This can be a wonderful form of meditation that is more embodied and connected to the present, rather than trying to meditate and be over there. We're meditating into the present so that we can then respond with what's happening, rather than like feel, react, feel, react, feel, react. It's like feel, notice, observe. Okay, I see what's happening here. Okay, what is actually true and real for me? We get this space.
Yeah, and we don't get drawn into overreaction and fighting or running. Yeah.
And look, it doesn't mean that you're going to be perfect. It doesn't mean that you won't have moments where life just, it gets you. It happens to all of us. And, like there are things that are going to be harder and things that are going to be easier. But we can continue to move and work through these things and work through the deep negative patterning that is driving us often, that those conditioning that we learned often in childhood that are still present and affecting our lives as adults, that then affect how we then parent and how we live and the choices that we make.
Yeah.
So that's a lot that can come with connecting with the body, but it is really a process of coming back to the present in the physical reality that we live in.